Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing on this cold Wednesday afternoon? Actually, the sun's out at the minute. But yeah, I hope you're all keeping well. I hope you're all doing very well, and I hope you're in the best of ways you could ever be in. And I hope everyone is having a very good 2022, 2023 even. Golden Bennett. Anyway, guys, welcome to my channel, Joey Barnett TV, where I like to upload different content as much as I possibly can. And the content which I like uploading is based on my experiences in life. And I'm using my crazy previous mindset as a deterrent to deter anyone from following my footsteps, from thinking committing crimes and taking drugs are glamorous. It is far from glamorous. Let me tell you that now, guys. Yeah, if you go back through a few of my videos, you can see, you can watch quite a few stories. But yeah, guys, I run a poll the other day on my community post, and thank you very, very much indeed to those that commented back and answered underneath and picked one of the options. I think the poll was, what do you want me to talk about next? What video? Would it be a prison, motocross, and blah, 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 bits like that? And I think it was quite a big percentage of my followers wanted to hear prison stories. It's a bit strange that why people want to hear prison stories, but I suppose in reality they're the hard hitting stories what people want to hear. I mean, who wants to hear like someone has just gone to town, done a bit of shopping, come home, made a cup of tea, had a bit of cake? No one wants to hear that type of stuff. But in reality, that's really what happens in it, guys. But yeah, I don't mind spreading my or sharing more like my prison stories to deter anyone, as I said, from following my footsteps. And many of my era, you know, are not around today to tell these tales. Many have passed away. Loads and loads of my friends who only recently I've only just found out have passed away. You know, down to ill health or down to one thing or another. But yeah, I've lost a few friends, close friends in the prison system itself, due to them hanging themselves and bits like that. So yes, I'm going to be talking about that on my next video. So yeah, I'm going to keep to one subject here, guys. But on my next video, it'll be a part 2 of this story. I'll name it the same and I'll put it as part 2. On my next one, I'm going to be talking about what I see in prison, and you know, bits and pieces like that. You know, people getting attacked, people getting stabbed, people getting done with boiling water with sugar in it, and what I actually did also in the prison system, which I'm not proud of. I really ain't proud of, but in a way, a part of me is proud of it, because it was only those certain type of people which I was attacking, and yes, severely hurting. So you know, I'll be talking about that on my next video, guys. But yeah, I'm 4 minutes in now, so I'm going to open this podcast up with a story of a very, very good friend of mine who I know outside of jail and inside jail. And how I knew him outside jail was by grafting, going across the pavement, as being blaggers. I'm not going to say, you know, and I'm not going to say too much about that, but I think you get my drift, guys. That's how I knew him, as you know, being a staunch fella, a game fella, and someone what was, yeah, liked earning a pound note and didn't mind going across the pavement. But yeah, I'm gonna. Anyway, let's call him Peter, his first name. I'm not going to mention his surname because of I haven't spoken to him in many, many years. Actually, someone recently spoke to me about Peter, and they said he'd passed away. So I haven't done my homework on that, and I haven't checked that out. But that's something what I need to do. But yeah, this story is going to be about Peter. We was in Belmarsh together on House Block 4. I was a category A and an E man in an escapee suit, because I jumped in the dock and got charged with escape. And if you go back on my videos, you can, there's quite a few bits on that too. So yeah, I was a cat A and I was an E man, and I was what you call on the book. Everywhere I went, I'd screws follow me and bits and pieces like that. I had to hang my clothes, my jumpsuit outside the landing of a night time when I got locked up for the night. You weren't allowed to wear your jumpsuit in the cell. I don't know why that is, but it stems back from years ago where a few people broke out of their prison cell. So yeah, by them taking your jumpsuit away from you, that prevents you from escaping, as if it would really. Come on, I mean, but that's how the prison system works. Mental games. But yeah, Peter, it was initially, now the reason why I'm going to tell you this story, guys, is this is one of the reasons why you should never, ever, ever carry or hold weapons in your own house. And especially if you haven't told the person in your house who's living in your house that you've got that weapon plotted up in the house, and what's in it, and you know where it is and bits like that. You should never, ever, ever keep weapons in your own house, for obvious reasons too. You know, if the door goes through and you get a visit by a plod, you're going to get arrested for your weapon. So that's always been a golden rule of old school blaggers. You know, you never don't shit on your own doorstep, and basically you know, don't give them an easy free ride. Do you know what I mean? By your door going through, they spin your ass and they get your tool, and you know, they take that tool, forensics all over it, DNA's all over it, and you know, you might have done X amount of bits of graft with that tool. So that's another reason why you wouldn't keep a weapon in your house. But the main reason you wouldn't really keep, I mean, that's talking about it with a criminal mind, criminally minded, which I'm not today. I'm a reformed person, but that's that's a mindset which the criminals are still today will be in, about carrying tools in your own house. I just want to have a drink, and I'll tell you what, this drink is making me fly. I do drink these drinks, but only when I go to motocross tracks, especially like when I'm just about to do a few good laps on my bike, and it's Monster energy drinks. And I'll tell you what, it is so strong. It don't really. I was initially into Red Bulls. You know, wasn't addicted to them, but I suppose I like to have one every day. You could call it a little bit of an addiction if you want, but it's not a bad addiction. It's in the mornings when I wake up, instead of having a cup of coffee, or after my cup of coffee, I'll have a Red Bull. So I don't class that as an addiction, but so yeah, I drink these drinks, these Monster drinks, normally when I go to a track, but I'll tell you what, they make you fly. I need a drink right now. Did you miss me, guys? Let me know in the comments, because I know I haven't uploaded no content for a few days, and I missed you. So I know you must have been thinking about me, but as you know, I've got quite a bit going on in my family. I'm not going to bang on about that, but my father-in-law's he's still in hospital. But yeah, let's go back to the story. So Peter, he was in Belmarsh on House Block 4 on remand, and he was on remand for attempted murder. Now, it was attempted murder on his wife, which he'd been married for 8 years, or 7 or 8 years. He had 2 kids with her. They lived together, and you know, that was a good family unit. They loved each other, and you know, he loved his kids, and he was a family man, like most old school blaggers, like me. You know, for instance, I'm a family man, and I'm what you call an old school blagger, and that's without blowing my own trumpet. You know, but yeah. So Peter was in Belmarsh for attempted murder, and this is what happened. This is how he got charged with attempted murder, and a little bit about the case. So Peter kept a sawn-off shotgun underneath his bed in his bedroom. Now, it was wrapped up in cling film, wrapped up in black bags, and it was wrapped up into a parcel. But where it was sawn off, you know, they're only, I don't know how many inches long, probably a foot and a half or something. I don't know about measurements at the minute, but you know, probably about that long. Probably the size of a baseball bat. That's what I'd say. Yeah. I've got a baseball bat actually. I could show you, but that's another podcast. So yeah, he was charged with attempted murder, and this is what happened. His missus. So he put a gun underneath his bed and he left it underneath there, but he didn't tell his missus. He went out one day, like you do, and his missus was cleaning the house. Now, she found this parcel. She didn't know what was in the parcel because he hadn't told her. She found this parcel underneath the bed and thought, what on earth is this? She pulled it out from underneath the bed, and as she pulled it out, she's turned it round to unwrap it, and it had a hair, and many shotguns do, sawn off, or double barrels or whatever. That some of them have got a thing called a hairline trigger. You've only got to touch it just a fraction, and you're gonna get, it's gonna shoot. So as she turned it round, she still didn't know what was in it. She's held it. She didn't know she had her finger on the trigger, and she shot herself in the face. Now, the outcome of this blew that side of her face completely out. She did not die, but it was horrific injuries. Police come. Thank God, Tina, she did not pass away, but it was touch and go. She was in intensive care for 1 week or 6 or 7 days. She had to have X amount of blood transfusions. She had to have skin graft, and it didn't look nice. I see her on a visit, and to be honest with you, it looked a bit like, without being horrible, it looked like a horror mask. But yeah, she was a lovely lady, Tina, and she didn't pass away. But yeah, she shot herself in the face. The police got involved like they do because it was a shotgun, and firearms involved. And the ambulance come and they phoned the police. Now, when the police took the gun, they got the forensics off of it and the DNA off of it. And my friend's Peter, DNA was all over the gun. He admitted, he literally walked into the police station and admitted to the police that it was his gun. He had to, otherwise his missus would have got charged with that gun. So, and it wasn't hers, it really wasn't hers, it was his. So he walked into the police station and got and told the police, Peckham Police Station, or was it Walworth Road? One of them police stations anyway, up that way, south east Peckham Way, Old Kent Roadway. And it was in the 90s, it was in the late 90s, but he walked in there and told the police that it was his gun. He had to do that because, as I said, his DNA was all over it. They arrested him and stuck him straight on remand, and they charged him with attempted murder on his wife. Now, the police initially thought that it was Peter that shot his wife in the face because his DNA is all over the gun. It was his gun and his wife got shot in the face. Now, it's not rocket science. What would anyone think? Anyone would think the same thing, that they had a bit of an argument and he shot her in the face. That was not the case. It really was not the case. He was on remand for about 13 months while they investigated it and done all of what they had to do. But yeah, it got dropped from the attempted murder after, as I say, about 13 months. It got dropped after many statements, many interviews, from the flying squad, the police, and all the rest of them, SO19. It actually got dropped down to just a firearm charge, and he went to court and received 6 years for having a firearm. But it took, I'll tell you what, it took 13 months for the police to realise that it wasn't Peter that shot her in the face. She had to go to the police station on a few occasions and make a statement to say that how she became about shooting herself in the face. And it wasn't, and this went on for months and months and months, and she kept going up to the police station asking and getting hold of her solicitor. Has it been dropped yet? Has his attempted murder been dropped yet? Has it, the solicitors kept telling her no. So she initially thought, oh my God, he's really going to get charged with attempted murder and get a double figure sentence. And it wasn't him what shot her. She shot herself in the face. That's one main golden rule. Don't ever keep weapons in your own house, guys. I'm going to leave this one here because I've got lots to come up on part 2. I hope you enjoy my content. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks for all your feedback, and have a great day. Peace.